Russia raised its interest rate early Tuesday morning to 17%. That's a 6.5% jump. The move was done to save its currency, the ruble, which has devalued 50% against the dollar just this year. The last time Russia carried out a comparable interest rate hike was back in 1998, and then the government defaulted on its debt. Today, we take a look at what journalists around the world are writing about the ruble. First, Patrick Graham for Reuters takes a look at the financial scene immediately after Russia's interest rate hike. On Tuesday afternoon, oil dropped below $60 a barrel, and Moscow's main stock exchanges fell 5% and 9%, and markets in financial centers across Europe were down by at least half a percentage point. Now, if there's any hope left for the Russian economy, it's not coming from the Washington Post's Matt O'Brien, who writes, "Sorry, Putin, Russia's economy is doomed." O'Brien believes that even if the drastic interest rate hike works, things are about to get a lot worse. Recession and a possible need to call the IMF for a bailout. O'Brien highlights the problem Russia's economy currently faces. Putin's Russia, like the USSR before it, is only as strong as the price of oil. Putin could afford to invade Georgia and Ukraine when oil prices were comfortably in the triple digits, but not when they're half that. Putin might be playing chess while we're playing checkers, O'Brien writes, but only if we lend him the money for the set. Now, you might be sitting on your sofa in Italy or at your office in London and think that the fall of the ruble won't bother me. But Jeffrey Smith from Fortune magazine writes, "The ruble's collapse is disastrous for Putin and also bad for you too." Smith believes a financial crisis would make the Kremlin more unpredictable, wreck Western banks, and heap misery on the Russian people. As sanctions continue and possibly increase on Russia, the country's propaganda machine will continue to tell its people that the West is evil and to blame. A financial crisis in Russia would force Western banks, mainly European ones, to write off more loans, and Western companies will have to write off investments. And the shockwaves could go even further. Smith writes that all of this makes a recipe for social instability far greater than the tame middle-class metropolitan protests at Putin's tainted election victory in 2012. Well, that's all for today. Join us again tomorrow for another press review from the Ukraine Today newsroom in Kyiv.